Hey. Okay, so I have managed to eat like an entire thing of chicken Alfredo, probably enough for two whole people. Uh, I'm old enough to make my own bad decisions. Um, and I. Oh, hello, Raining Death. I'm doing just fine. How are you? I'm about ready to get to exercising. I just need to switch on over. That yeah, that I'll admit it. That pun was terrible, but yeah, I I've been away at work today, and I not bad. Just did your walking and workout and came in to chicken alfredo. Yep, I had some chicken alfredo before this. It was delicious. I ate a lot, so I'm probably gonna get like mad cramps. We'll see. Maybe I won't, or maybe I will suffer. Probably will suffer, but I mean, happens. Okay, uh, gotta get the legs strapped. This is my workout right here. It's funny because I picked up some chicken and was going to make homemade noodles for chicken alfredo tonight. Great minds think alike. Chicken alfredo is really good though. Like, real talk. That's the good stuff right there. Okay, gotta place it perfect. Which one's with the IR camera? That's the one with the IR camera. It is. I'm sure the sauce is holding back my weight loss. Yeah. You gonna get swole like jelly cat? Yeah. Oh, I forgot to change my input so I could actually see the Switch. There we go. I was using my OBS window. But yes, I'm gonna get swole just like Jellycat. In fact, I think technically I'm ahead of them now. They didn't beat the boss. Though they did do more side content than I did, so I guess there's that. They win in other regards. I know they're referred to Jellycat, right? Yeah. Phantasmagoria Cat is occasionally referred to as Jellycat. Because it's a lot... it's admittedly a lot easier to say. Just like I'm not always called Gold Clover, some people just call me Gold. Oh, no worries. It's always good to make sure. Man, I've almost spent 2 hours of exercising in this. Day 7. I've only put 7 days in this? That's supposed to be a lucky number. It is? You see, you've been working hard at the bow pull lately. To work your back and upper arm muscles, I recommend the bow pull. Picture a bow and focus on maintaining the proper form. Would you like to adjust the difficulty? No! I was already melting the last time! continuity question, if I may. Go ahead. I will stretch. Take it away, Tip. If you be dead, I am dead. I am an undead. I am a ghost. How do I gain muscles? About the same way. It just takes my usual warm-up going for 4K plus walk. Not bad. When it comes to ghosts, we gain our muscle, quote-unquote, by basically straining our ectoplasm. Yes, ectoplasm. Because essentially what I'm doing is gaining ectoplasm. Oof. Gotta do your stretches before you start doing murder on your body. Oh yeah, we're done. He has to stay fit in front of those Ghostbusters. Oh, those hacks? Their stuff doesn't really work as well as they'd like to have you believe. Whew. Dynamic stretching to be proud of. They're just a bunch of himbos. I mean, yeah, for the most part. But Tip, what are you doing? Is that how I look whenever those windmill doors are around? Tip is just going ham on that thing. What in the world? And this is to go further. Oh. You helped Ring recover his river rowing ability, allowing you to cross the Sporta River safely. Next up, Drago. Well, I'm actually going to do the extra content that Jellycat was doing earlier. You know. Because. Welcome to the game gym, Gold Clover. Here you can play core crushing. Do your best to clear it. Let's see how well I can do. Probably not much better. Okay. We're behind you on this, Gold. Good luck. Oh, pressing into your stomach, twist left. You're gonna do amazing. Let's see. Smash all the robots you can. Huh? Oop. Relax the ring con. Oh, this is really weird. This feels really strange to pull off. I definitely see what Jellycat was talking about. Oh. Probably a B or less. B! Remember, a lurker a day keeps the big follow.com away. I'm actually surprised that Nightbot didn't get you for that. Nightbot is usually pretty trigger happy with that stuff. Congrats, here's your bonus. I have money. Me and Nightboy have a hate-hate relationship. Hey, it works out. Overhead bend. Sure. Alright, now's the time to get the cramps from all the chicken Alfredo eating. Well, exercise. Be sure to breathe while exercising. Yes. Don't breathe while exercising. That's bad for you. Obviously. Who breathes anymore? Breathing is so 2016. Oh. A single Hoplin. Well, let's see if I can actually keep the ring in between my thighs this time. Last time, I definitely could not. It's staying in so far. It's also loosening. Oh, it fell. It fell. Okay. I don't think this one works very well for me. Oh dear. There we go. Well, time to try out the new move, eh?
Whee. Okay. Superklasse. Jawohl.
There we go. My headphones kind of came off a bit loose there. I honestly need to get better headphones. These things are, you know, like, not bad audio quality wise, but oh, they do not stay on. Oh, don't want to forget that. Gotta get jogging. I'm pretty sure my leg strap is getting loose now. I missed that question mark entirely. Oh dear. Everything is falling off. Help. Okay, hold on. Needs to be tighter. There we go. Now hopefully it doesn't slip loose again. wonder if shooting them does anything.
Wähle eine Übung zum Angreifen.
Okay.
Torschwiss.
Oh.
Schön drehen. Rechts, links, rechts, links, rechts, links, rechts.
But yeah, I'm working on Nightbot.
Gerade.
Working on making it as
Links, rechts, links, rechts. Noch 10. Rechts,
solid as possible.
links. Noch 5.
Trying not to have it, you know, constantly timing people out.
Wahnsinn. Erbsabwehr.
We'll have to wait and see, of course, if it works out.
Knie und Spann. Okay, wähle eine Übung.
Alright.
Knie heben.
Knee lift on it.
Schwungvolle Bewegung. Rechts, links, rechts, links, rechts, links.
The funny part is, you can very, very quietly hear my floorboards creaking, and while that's happening,
Noch 10.
my character
Rechts,
is kinda
noch 5. Links.
moving their mouth to the sound of the
Perfekt.
creaks.
Wasser trinken nicht vergessen. Überkopfbeuge.
Man, this thing does so much damage for not really.
Dehne bewusst den Rücken. Okay. Gut so.
Well, it doesn't feel like much.
Jawohl.
At least not to me.
Ganz toll.
Maybe I'm just built different.
Gut. Okay.
I feel like a dipping crane.
Super. Perfekt. Spitze. Super. Toll. Fantastisch. Prima.
Well, that works.
Fix und fertig.
Okay. Well, at least this one's easy to get all 3 medals in.
Und nun die Abschlusspose. Damit verwandelst du deine Leistung in Erfahrungspunkte. Soweit es bequem ist, in die Hocke und Streckabschluss!
There we go. 5 minutes and 30 seconds of exercise time.
Den rechten Daumen bitte wie gezeigt auf
Surprisingly, no cramps.
die nächste
So,
Läufe
who knows,
und
maybe
bewegen.
maybe it's not that bad. Yeah, light exercise. That's not too bad. I got this. Got this in the bag. Milk pudding recipe. Now, I have to do that for a quest. Now, do I have the stuff to make that, of course? Oh, I do. I have enough to just make one.
Auf los geht's los!
Pudding sounds nice.
Drücken.
I want some pudding now.
Fertig.
Pudding sounds great. Ooh, like chocolate pudding.
Ah,
Here's your milk pudding. Yes, this is exactly what I needed.
ah.
Thank you so much for getting this to me. As promised, here's your reward. A pearl. 2 of them.
Ah.
This pudding brings back such sweet memories. In my younger days, I fell for a gal named Sugar. But then... Excuse me. Honey? What are you doing here? Who's watching the store? I went to the store to ask you to make me something, but you weren't there. What's this? It looks like you've already got a tasty treat made. I want some. Tasty, delicious. Now that's what I call pudding. I really hit the spot. Now I'm ready to get back to work. Sweet memories of my milk pudding. Oh no. He wasn't allowed to have memories. You look pretty tough. Think you could do me a favor? We're having some serious issues on out of the way. Some stones fell in the middle of the road, and now it's difficult to walk there. We can't catch a break. And I was thinking, with you being so tough and all, that maybe you could do something about it. You gonna get with this? You gonna... You gonna get this with me? Jump on the bandwagon? Oh, you talking about, like, getting this game in a Switch? Yee. So you'll do something about those rocks after all. I figured to accept. Some say I'm good at reading people. I'm not sure I can trust them, but I had you pegged. Alright, I get to redo a mission. I don't know why I keep going the long way around. Alright, but if you guys do end up doing the, the Ring Fit stuff, definitely post your, tallies on the very end of your sessions, because it makes for a really good comparison between when you started and where you are a few days later. I should probably also, like, actually check my difficulty level at some point, because I don't actually know what difficulty level I'm on for realsies. I know it's higher than the 15 that it set me on. Oh. So is the water green because it's all spinach smoothies? Or is it green because someone needs to desperately clean it? Oh, that's a big rock. But I don't know how much you're willing to put down immediately. I would suggest looking into what all you want on the Switch. So, like, for me, I didn't get a Switch until I knew that there was at least 3 games that I wanted to play on it. It'll be at least a month before I can even think about it. Mainly because I'm going to be away for a month or so. Literally nothing on the Switch besides this, seriously. So no Breath of the Wild, no Smash Bros, Mario Kart, Monster Hunter Rise. Though Monster Hunter Rise is also coming out on PC eventually, isn't it? I'm trying to think of other Switch exclusives. Oh, I have another heart finally. There are a few games you would play on this. Yeah, I found a few of them as well. I wanted to get into the Mario Maker scene. I wanted to play Breath of the Wild, and I wanted Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate because I like Monster Hunter. Though I did have a little burnout on Monster Hunter for a bit there. You've already played Breath of the Wild already on a friend's console. I never cared for Smash after Brawl, and Mario Kart didn't really interest me. Fair enough. To each their own.
Runter in die Hocke.
There's also Xenoblade Chronicles. I guess, I think, if I recall, Bayonetta 2 is still only on Switch. And I stopped the Pokemon games at Black and White 2. Oh, you stopped way later than I did. I stopped around Diamond and Pearl. Or at least stopped actually playing them. I think I fully stopped on Pokemon and X and Y. But I didn't really give it a whole heap of a playthrough at all. Moderate exercise. XY I played. Those were after BW2. So that's where I stopped. Fair. Well, look at you. You really cleaned up around here. Now I have no trouble walking down out of the way. Here's your reward. Do whatever you want with it. Money. I am thinking about getting the new Pokemon at some point. You know, for language learning purposes. Okay, one more challenge here, huh? We're holding a promotional challenge at the game gym right now. Complete our special mission and you'll receive, wait for it, a special promotional item. I'm way more interested in getting in VR as far as a multitude of games go. Fair. I own a VR system, a Valve Index, and I don't play it as often as I should, but that's mostly because at the moment I have to move my PC rig downstairs every single time I want to do that, and that gets old fast. But I used to have a room where I could just get into it at any moment, and when that was the case, I spent every day in VR, and my arms and legs were jelly. I've gotten back more into PC because it's got more multiplayer games, and it would be nice to actually play games with real people again. Fair enough. If you wish to attempt this challenge, you can register right here. Oh boy, this again. Alright, let's try it, but real this time. I'm gonna seriously live on my own someday, and when that day comes, VR will be mine. I can't wait to get a space where I can have, like, a VR space with, you know, my computer room. That would be lovely, because just being able to switch between, you know, just regular PC stuff and VR on the fly is always nice. Oh. Well, we'll see if I can complete this. The game I recommend highly when it comes to VR, by the way, is honestly Blade and Sorcery. I have sunk... Actually, hold on. How many hours did I sink in that? Uh... Okay, I have sunk 226 hours into Blade and Sorcery. Turned out fine. As for looking into playing horror games that actually immerses you enough to make you nervous, you're gonna have to wait a while, because there is not many of those yet. did it. But let's see. If you're looking for VR horror games, at the moment, the only things that I can really think of that got to me was, I think it was called Dread Halls. And it's an awfully short game, so don't expect it to be anything amazing. But it is effective. Here's your promotional item. Pearls. Though, I will also admit that Half-Life Alyx, it may not be classified as a horror game, but it damn well should be. I've never in my life thought of head crabs as being anything remotely terrifying until I actually played Half-Life Alyx. And then one of those things leaped at me, and I just about had a heart attack. The Sportan Kingdom was invincible until that dragon came along. When faced with such an overwhelming adversary, we lost our fighting spirit as he broke our Sportan pride. These days, we can barely fend off the little monsters he brought with them. That's why we have to take him out as quickly and efficiently as possible. Let's charge forward, let's defeat our foe, let's regain our Sportan pride. First, I sip, because I still haven't drank any water yet. I was told that Phasmophobia is good in VR. Oh, it's really good in VR. Phasmophobia is one of those games where I legitimately cannot play it in PC mode because I just can't get into it that way. But in VR, it's just so much better. Heard that Alien Isolation in VR is good too. Kind of. Not fully. So, Alien Isolation in VR is actually closer to, if I remember correctly, it's been a bit since I've seen the mod, but if I remember correctly, it's more of an old school VR type. Any horror game in VR should be better than Monitor. There are some rare cases where that isn't different. It really depends on the VR implementation. Because if it's styled like old school VR, Dev Kit 1 style for Oculus, where it's just, the camera is controlled by your headset and nothing else, you still use your keyboard and all that to move. Those ones aren't any less effective, honestly. They're not any more effective either, really. I think... Oh, if I recall, the game GTFO actually wants to incorporate an official VR mode. So that might actually be a lot of fun. And that's a game that can actually get to me in just monitor mode. So that is already saying something. Give me Minecraft in VR, and I bet those long falls would be... Oh. Oh, that's weird. And yes, the long falls will be unnerving. But, if you really want to be unnerved in VR Minecraft, play in hardcore mode. Trust me, you'll never want to see another Enderman in your life. I see that red coin. I want it. It's 10 coins. You only play hardcore mode, so yes. I don't, but that's mostly because I prefer the building aspect of Minecraft, personally. But I also prefer, like, just building in general in games, because I just like creating stuff. Okay, Drago, what you doing aside from dancing? Oh! Loving the new track. Oh, so you made it across the river. Must have gotten your third power back, huh? You will be stopped. We'll find you no matter where you run. That's basically stalking, dude. Do you want to be a stalker? He's so casual about this. I love it. Whatever, I'm gonna stomp you guys flat with these perfectly toned diamond calves. So, Drago's the best character.
Okay, wähle eine Übung. Tortwist. Schön drehen. Rechts, links, rechts, links, rechts, links, rechts, links, rechts. Brust raus und Rücken gerade. Noch 20. Rechts, links, rechts. Hälfte geschafft. Rechts, links, rechts, links, rechts. Noch 10. Rechts.
This one's always so weird to me.
Schön drehen. Links, rechts, links, rechts. Sehr gut. Weiter so. Apps Abwehr. Weiter drücken.
Because I don't know why, but I always try to start it up like Abguard, but it's not Abguard. Oh no. Okay.
Wähle eine Übung.
Gonna have to deal with them, huh?
Bogenzug. Und los geht's. Den Rincon gerade vor der
24 of these, huh?
Ganz toll. Spitzenklasse. Prima.
So it's doing 12 reps.
Genau.
This looks easier if the carpets don't attack you.
Weiter so.
Oh yeah. As long as the carpets don't attack me, it shouldn't be that bad. Especially with this extra heart I got.
Und Turbo. Jawohl. Okay. Noch einmal. Gut. Seitenwechsel. Und los. Stell dir einen Flitzebogen vor. Okay. Du bist spitze. Gut. Okay. Superklasse. Schön. Spitze. Superklasse. Superklasse. Prima. Gib Vollgas. Okay. Schön. Weiter. Noch einmal. Das war klasse.
Okay. Oh, 2 of them are attacking this time.
Die Arme.
Speaking of being attacked by carpets. Oh wait, no, it's just Drago punching twice.
Durchhalten. Das schaffst du.
Okay.
Überkopfbeuge.
Deal with the mata rays first.
Und los geht's. Beim Ausatmen den Rincon senken. Super. Gut so. Toll. Fantastisch. Ganz toll. Okay. Spitze. Wunderbar.
I think I just bludgeoned my mic.
Okay.
I'm very good at that.
Super. Okay. Spitze.
I heard it. Oh no.
Schön. Weiter so. Gut. Jawohl. Und jetzt schneller. Genau. Prima. Noch 5. Super. Dranbleiben. Und tschüss.
Okay, that's one of the mata rays dealt with. He's arguing with his muscles?
Wasser trinken nicht vergessen.
Do his muscles speak?
Torschwiss. Schön drehen. Rechts, links, rechts, links, rechts, links, rechts, links, rechts. Je voller die Bewegung, desto größer die Wirkung. Rechts, links, rechts. Hälfte geschafft.
I don't know why it doesn't like my rights.
Rechts, links, rechts. Noch 10. Rechts, links, rechts, links. Noch 5. Links,
I'm slapping him.
links, rechts. Toll gemacht. Erbsabwehr. Beim Ausatmen Spannung im Bauch. Achtung, noch mehr.
My turn to heal.
Deine Herzen, sei vorsichtig.
Oh, I did not prepare for this, did I? This is probably going to be a problem.
Bogenzug.
Probably.
Und los. Die Ellbogen nicht sinken lassen. Ganz toll. Spitze.
Alright, we'll see what we can do without
Du bist Spitze. Genau.
being loaded on smoothies.
Superklasse. Gut. Okay. Toll. Okay.
It's definitely a problem. You have like 10 more rounds even after the guard is dead.
Spitze. Noch einmal. Gut.
I mean, yeah. But you never know if Drago is just not going to attack.
Einatmen und den Rington langziehen. Okay. Prima. Elegant. Schön.
Because Drago is capable of spending a turn not doing something. And I don't know if that's RNG or if it's programmed into certain turn numbers.
Wunderbar. Spitzenklasse. Toll. Gib Vollgas. Jawohl. Jawohl. Weiter so. Noch einmal. Tadellos.
Or maybe he'll give you the crate tossing move that gives you health. That would also be nice.
Reißen die Knie und spannen.
Or he could just like not deal a whole lot of damage at all. That works too. Okay, I don't really like this move, but it does damage, and I like damage.
Und los geht's. Spannen den Bauch beim Zudrücken an. Gut. Super toll. Schön.
It also does quite a bit of damage. Jeez.
Ganz toll. Fantastisch. Spitze. Perfekt. Okay. Okay. Du bist spitze. Genau. Super. Gut. Prima. Weiter so. Okay. Und jetzt schneller. Superklasse. Ganz toll. Noch 5. Superklasse. Okay. Wunderbar. Sehr gut. Noch einmal. Toll
Okay,
gemacht.
the ring does not stay. He couldn't stop himself from working out.
Ganz schön schwierig. Bleib
Like, the
dran.
ring con does not stay between my thighs very well for that. So, a lot of the time it's just constantly threatening to slip out.
Überkopfbeuge. Und los geht's. Dehne bewusst den Rücken. Spitze. Superklasse. Okay. Spitze. Jawohl. Elegant. Okay. Super. Super toll. Genau. Toll.
There we go.
Gut so.
That was quite a bit of damage.
bereitet einen
He's getting ready for a strong attack. Oh
Dagegen
no.
hilft nur eine starke
Use a
Abwehr.
strong guard to defend against it. Okay, hold up. My audio's getting funky. Okay. Feet wide apart.
Schön kontrolliert nach unten. Fest den Ring drücken.
Oh! Oh! This is not what I expected.
Gut abgewehrt.
Oh!
Okay. Nächste
Oh!
Übung.
Oh! Okay. It was different. And in the way where it just felt, oh!
Schenkelpresse.
Hey, it did nothing to you. That's one thing. Now we gotta do something back to him. Oh.
Und los. Diese Übung spricht die Beine an. Wunderbar. Perfekt. Gut. Weiter so. Ganz toll. Fantastisch. Spitze. Ganz toll. Okay.
Okay,
Prima. Spitzenklasse.
let's hit him with some powerful attacks.
Schön.
He tried to use his best on us. We'll use our best on him.
Turbo. Gut. Schön. Noch 5.
Which is to say, we're doing nothing different.
Wunderbar. Noch 3. Weiter. Ganz toll. Noch einmal. Toll gemacht. Steh wieder auf. Aber keine Eile, ja?
Regular ab guard.
Den Bauch stärker als die Arme.
Unfortunately, I can't just mega ab guard whenever. That would be nice.
Nächste Übung. Gib alles. Überkopfbeuge.
Hit him with all the 80s.
Und los.
Quick, think of some 80s songs.
Spüre die Rumpfmuskulatur. Superklasse. Gut so. Genau. Elegant. Toll. Superklasse. Wunderbar.
Blinded. Okay, I can't read that when I'm looking down. Blinded me with science. I don't think I'm familiar with that one.
Jawohl. Spitze. Toll. Super toll.
Then again, I'm not very familiar with a lot of 80s music.
Superklasse. Elegant. Okay. Gib Vollgas. Spitze. Jawohl. Noch 5. Spitze. Weiter so. Noch 3. Toll. Superklasse. Noch einmal. Okay. Perfekt.
Hey, we only really needed one smoothie.
Bleib dran.
Let's see, what's the most humiliating thing to beat someone with? I'm gonna crush his spirits like I crush a watermelon.
Und los. Das geht in die Beine. Prima.
And that's how you do it.
Ah, das war mal ein Kampf.
I only needed to do it once. '90 attack and 89 defense. Not bad. Oh! The new one. A new type as well. Fan pose. Oh, it's a recovery move! That way we don't always need nothing but smoothies. 1980s would include AC/DC, right? So Back in Black. I actually don't know if it would include AC/DC. I am, admittedly not very good when it comes to, music. Because I have a tendency to stick to mostly, metal. Oh, I leveled up twice. I'm good at music, but I'm not at dating it. You know what? Fair enough.
Runter in die Hocke. Und hoch. Abschluss!
Victory! Master of Puppets was 1986, so there's that. Don't think I'm familiar with that either. I don't know why I thought that was a light exercise, but it works. Metallica? Oh, maybe I'm not familiar with the name. I'm not very good when it comes to titles of music, if I'm going to be honest. What happened to pulling your punches, bro? You hit way harder than I ever did. How's a guy supposed to defend himself against a bully like you, huh? Looks like I gotta toughen up. We're the real bad guys. Facing down a mighty foe is of the utmost honor and privilege to the Spartan people. Thank you for helping remind us of that. Man, it sounds like this guy thinks that Ring bullied him. It does sound like that. Do you see all of that? The dragon's reign of terror is over. There's nothing left to fear. The mightiest Spartan, our savior. It looks like they got their Spartan liveliness back. It's all thanks to you, Gold Clover. Thank you for restoring the pride of the kingdom. Let's hear it for Sparta's savior. Huzzah! Huzzah! Our hero. And to think, they used to call you Tiny. Looks like the Spartan kingdom is already back on its feet and ready to squat. Still, I don't like what Drago said about toughening up. There's no time to worry about that now. We have to follow him. Oh, I only completed 81% of that? What did I miss? Oh, I missed a course and a request. I have to look into finishing that at some point and getting 100% completion. But for now, we have spent an hour in Ring Fit. It was a good day's work on Ring Fit Adventure. Congratulations on clearing World 4. Remember the diamond calves that Drago mentioned? He was talking about the calf muscles of your legs. The name comes from their diamond-like shape when fully built up. Don't forget to screenshot for the Discord. I've actually been really good about making sure to screenshot. Now then, let's move on to the cooldown. Let's go over today's exercise. And here it is. The other two VCats use 4K screens, so it's difficult for them to screen capture it as smoothly as me. Because I can just bring up the 4K capture software, double click, and hit the Windows key, Shift, and S. Bam! Done. And then it crashes. It literally just crashed. Okay. I got one of the screenshots at least. Next thing. What's the second one? Oh, I just realized. I think Jellycat forgot to post theirs. You can do that key combination too. It's very useful. I use it all the time. I don't like hitting print screen personally. Some people may prefer that. I prefer to do it that way. Because then I could crop it if like important information is involved. Like let's say I screenshot something from my Facebook. I don't want my name out there. So I crop it without having to go into any external softwares. It's smart. And play it lazy. I'm very good at the lazy part. Good job, you got this. Oh, guess what? Your total bullpull reps have hit 300. I'm not surprised, given how much I did it just the last time I played it. That's not an easy thing to achieve. Persistence is power. Alright, let's do our cooldown stuff. You've been working with your torso a bit more today. For this stretch, we'll use routines focusing on your torso and hips. I can read. I swear. This is going to be awful because I'm going to be playing Skies of Arcadia after this, and that's a read-heavy game.
Und dehne dich nur so weit du kannst. Verschränke die Finger vor dem Körper.
Okay.
Strecke die Handflächen vor und dehne deinen Rücken. Und langsam zurück. Stütze deine Hände auf den Hüften ab. Neige den Oberkörper zurück, aber nur so weit, wie es sich gut anfühlt. Stabilisiere den unteren Rücken mit deinen Handflächen. Und langsam zurück. Stehe breiter, hebe die Arme und fasse das linke Handgelenk. Ziehe leicht an dem Gelenk und beuge dich nach rechts, um die Seite zu dehnen.
I can't read that while I'm sideways, I'm sorry.
Nun zurück, die Hand wechseln.
I'm
und
personally
zur
going to
anderen
try
Seite beugen.
to get some more Minecraft process done, but it's always fun keeping up with the Ring Fit
Ruhig und
collabs.
langsam,
Yeah,
ohne Eile.
Ring Fit's a lot of fun. I want more games that make exercise fun.
Und langsam zurück.
Oh,
Strecke den linken Arm zur Seite und halte ihn mit dem rechten fest. Drücke den Arm an dich und dehne die linke Schulter.
you have a good night. Catch you later. See ya, Bulldog. Have a nice night.
Und nun die andere Seite. Bitte achte darauf, nicht die Hüfte zu drehen.
Oh.
Und langsam zurück. Stelle das rechte Bein vor und stütze die Hände auf die Hüften. Beuge das rechte Knie und dehne die Wade des linken Beins. Nun das andere Bein. Verlagere dein Gewicht nach vorne und dehne das andere Bein. Und langsam zurück. Das Stretching ist zu Ende. Gut gemacht.
Here we go. Good job. Now here are today's tips. Focus on the movement of the muscle you are trying to use. One way to do this is simply memorize the muscle name. That brings us to a muscle quiz. What is the large muscle on the front side of your thigh that can be built up by squats? Oh, I don't remember. I think quadriceps? Yes. I had to like access like years old information about the muscles of the human body. Well, actually, it's not so much just human, is it? Instead of working on muscles of a general area, try remembering the name. It'll help you focus. That's all for today's cooldowns. Hope to see you again. Goodbye for now. They've stopped mentioning that I should keep the Joy-Cons charged. Oh, welcome back, Alec. Okay, now we begin the process of transitioning into the other game. Meetings are finally over. How'd they go? They go well for you? Okay. Gotta adjust a few things because I have kind of changed the layout of my room to just be able to do this, set my stuff, and then 30 minutes happens. Oh, time flew. I've had that happen a lot. So first things first, we lower the gain. Okay. It's not in the perfect position. In fact, I have well, let's see if this works. Oh. What happened here? Oh, there we go. It freaked out. That's what happened. Well, okay. So now we gotta get set up for Skies of Arcadia. Skies of Arcadia. Things I would need to know, but I'm leaving the group and handing off responsibilities in like 3 weeks. I've been a part of situations like that before. It's always quite something. Okay. Need to find where everything is. But Skies of Arcadia, yes. I played a little bit of it last Monday. And I really do like how it looks. I didn't get a good opportunity to really play much. But let's see. Which was the one that I wanted again? Was it this one? Yeah. Okay. Center vertically, I think. Wait, no, I need to apply some filters. I've only heard good words about this game. Same. And that's actually why I ended up getting to start playing it. So, also, the very first thing I did in this game, I beat the first boss, which, you know, is part of the tutorial and all that, and then I died immediately after. Like, no joke, first enemies outside of the tutorial I died to. I am amazing at this game. I can probably actually turn my gain up just a smidge. Right there. Yeah. There we go. Do. It'd be like that sometimes. Oh, I am very, very bad at games, if I'm going to be perfectly honest. but didn't Aika say she was going back to her house? Then why is the door locked? Yeah, I think it, like, warned me about a specific enemy type, and then I found that enemy type and got destroyed by it. Oh, welcome back, Vice. So you're Athena. It's very nice to meet you. The pleasure is all mine. I hope I am not intruding. Oh, don't be silly. It's been a long time since we've had guests. Well, I have to finish cooking dinner. Go outside and have some fun. I'll call you when it's ready. Repetition makes the man-cat zombie. Yeah. Hey, guys. That is very true, though. Sorry to have kept you waiting. I was just fixing my hair. Hey, the sunset outside is beautiful. Why don't we go outside and check it out? Well, we still have some time before dinner. Why not? Okay, great. We can get a great view from up top on Lookout Island. So one thing to definitely note about this game is, because it's on the older side, the character control is a little on the jank end of the spectrum. I still like it. It's not, like, absolutely terrible to control, but you'll definitely feel the age of the game if you play it yourself. Not tank controls. No, it's not tank controls. It's more so just the way the character handles is kind of janky. He feels very stiff. It's hard to really explain, because it's not something that's, like, visually obvious. It's so beautiful. I love it up here. It's so peaceful. I come up here to relax and watch the sunsets. When I'm up here, I often wonder what lies beyond the sky, beyond the sunset. Beyond the sky? Some say there's monsters, others say there's a maelstrom that either blows ships away or pulls them in, and they're never seen again. And there are others that just say it's impossible. Didn't look like a 360 angle movement. Well, it was for the Dreamcast originally, and this is technically the GameCube version, which had an even more limited joystick. I want to know what's out there. Besides, I don't like giving up on anything without giving it my best shot. Someday, I'll be the captain of my own ship. I'll go beyond that sunset, and I'll see what's out there. Wow, I bet if you could go beyond the sunset, the sky would look even more beautiful.
Huh?
Hey! Oh. That was a Moonstone. A Moonstone? Oh. It landed on that island over there. I think that's Shrine Island. It's been a long time since we've seen a Moonstone fall. Imagine owning a Dreamcast, but when you already have a Nintendo 64. I actually had quite a few old consoles when I was younger. Let's see, I had an NES, an SNES, a Nintendo 64, a PlayStation 2, a GameCube, an Xbox, the original one. I also had a Dreamcast, but that never worked. We had an Atari 2600, I think. It was either that or... No, it was a 2600. And then I think we also had... What else did we have? We had one other thing, and I'm struggling to remember what it was. Well, truth of the matter is, I had a lot of hand-me-downs. It's been a long time since we've seen a Moonstone fall. I don't understand. That was a Moonstone? That's right. Tina, you've heard of Moonstones before, right? They're pieces of rock that fall from the moons. They usually crash land on the islands. They're a really powerful source of energy, too. We use them for all sorts of things. They power our airships, and we can also forge weapons out of them. Oh, yes, I know of moonstones, but it's my first time seeing a moonstone actually fall from the sky. Vice, are you thinking what I'm thinking? Yeah, we should try to recover the moonstone. Let's go first thing tomorrow. Vice, Aika, Fina. Dinner is ready. Come on down. Let's go, Fina. You're going to eat with us, right? We're so lucky. I love your mom's cooking. Fina, let's go eat while it's still hot. Odd question. Have you heard of the Super Mario All-Stars game? 3D All-Stars or the 2D one? Because I'm familiar with both of them. Yes, thank you for your gracious offer. Oh, she's gonna be from the moon, isn't she? She's totally gonna be from the moon. But yeah, I'm familiar with the 2D one, which has, like, you know, it had Mario 1, 2, and 2 US. I think it also had 3. Yeah, it had 3 as well. And then the 3D All-Stars one had, you know, Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy 1, but strangely enough, not Super Mario Galaxy 2. Vice. Vice. Good morning. We're going to Shrine Island today, right? Yeah, I'll be right down. Give me a second. This game has such a charming art style. Sunshine best mood brightener. I actually have never played Super Mario Sunshine. Hold on a second, Vice. Vice, here, take this. It's your share of the loot from yesterday's raid. Purple Moonstone. That Moonstone has been processed already. You should be able to use it on your weapons. Now you'll be able to change the color of your weapon to purple and give it the power of ice in battle. See, thanks, Dad. I'll use it carefully. One more thing. When you win a fight, you'll be awarded magic experience in the color of magic that you had equipped it on your weapon. When you accumulate a certain amount of magic experience, you'll learn a new spell. So if there's a spell that you want to learn, by changing the color of your weapon to match whatever type of magic you want to learn, you can learn it much faster. You can easily change the color of your weapon by pressing the equip command, or by pressing the Y button during battles. Make good use of it. I don't remember what I set the Y button to be. Good morning, Fina. Did you sleep well? Yes, thank you. Fina, we'll be headed over to Shrine Island to get that Moonstone in a few minutes. You can stay here and relax at my place if you want. That'll be fine. Thank you. Alright, Vice, let's get going. The boat is on the upper dock. It's ready to go. But yeah, at some point I actually do want to get the Super Mario 3D All-Stars collection, so I can actually, for the first time ever, play Sunshine. Because I hear a lot of good things about it. A lot. And I never actually have had an opportunity to play it, because that was one of the games that wasn't on our GameCube. I think... yeah, we definitely didn't have Sunshine, but I think what we did have was the 1,000-Year Door. Like Paper Mario. I don't think I played that enough. I should play that again at some point. I already don't know where to go. Said upper dock, but the dock is below. It's a weird horror game, but mostly the weird vibes is what makes it okay. I guess so. I remember seeing these games but never playing. What was a weird horror game? Super Mario Sunshine was a horror game? Advice, I hear you're going to Shrine Island to pick up Moonstones. To get to Shrine Island, you need to sail straight north from here. But be careful, there's all sorts of monsters out there. One more thing, not only are there Moonstones in this world, but there are things called Moonberries that contain a lot of power. By eating some, you can actually get stronger. If you go to your status screen and select super moves, you can learn new techniques. To head north from here. Wait, am I? Is that north? It is. Doesn't look right. You telling me any of that crap makes sense? You meet a god, plant people, lava, travel through lava, see Bowser nude, and meet AI smarter than people. Well, I suppose I also, you know, haven't played, so a lot of that is not something I'm familiar with. Okay. What do I have set to Y?
Here goes!
Well, at least... Oh, the enemy missed its run.
Yeah!
Ooh, okay, so that's weak to ice. Like the, you know, style that this game has. The music's good, the art is nice. There's not much at the moment that I can really complain about when it comes to this game, if anything. Ooh, nice, a counterattack. We need to kill that thing because it does the most damage at the moment.
Yeah!
Alright.
Here goes!
Oh, just one-shot it for once. And that thing ran away.
Huh, that was easy.
That worked out. And now we're here at Shrine Island. I don't know why, but I'm getting like Mega Man Legends vibes by looking at that tower. Nice, over there. Look at the size of that hole. Moonstone must have caused that. It must be huge. Aika, look. Water is flowing into the shrine. In the old world, this island was a sacred place. These ruins used to be some sort of temple. Nobody's been here for generations. Yeah, I've heard stories about this place too. I've heard that there are monsters crawling around inside. But moonstones that big are rare. We've got to go in and get it. You know I can't pass up a treasure hunt. Besides, how bad could it possibly be? You're right. We're going treasure hunting. This is the part where I make a mental note. Immediately after Aika says, how bad could it be? Show every single game over that I have in this area. What was it about, like, the early 2000s and having just, like, really charming looking games? Like, not all of them were, you know, winners, of course. There were a lot of muddy looking games as well. But there's just so many of them that I can remember being visually appealing to look at. This is just great. The place is flooded. Aika, look. The Moonstone is at the bottom. Oh, it's so bright. The Moonstone must be huge. So, Vice, how do you plan on getting it out of there? The water's getting pretty deep. Let's try and drain the water from this place. That way we can just carry the Moonstone out of here. Well, considering that I can't swim, I like that plan better. There's still one problem. How are we supposed to drain all of this water anyway? Hey, Vice, look over there. There's a door there. Maybe we can find a way to open it and we can drain the water out of this place. You might be right. We'll use the doors as drains. Alright, let's go. Have to find a way to reach. I have to open up that door. Well, that's a lot of enemies. I still love the, like, MIDI instruments that this game uses. Also, like, everyone seems to have, like, a close range and long range attack animation. I don't know if it actually affects anything. Aika's getting pretty beat up here. Oh, and she fell asleep? That's not good. Ooh, nice counterattack, Vice.
That wasn't so bad.
He's sitting there posing while Aika in the background just snoozing away. Oh, I got an item. That actually doesn't beg the question. Is Aika still asleep? Does that carry over? Okay, that's gonna be useful. It seems that status ailments don't seem to carry over into the overworld. I may be wrong on that, however, so we'll see. Looks like we've ambushed this set of enemies. Finish off our targets. A critical hit of 101 damage. That would one-shot anything in this. And the other enemy fled.
That was fun!
Oh, we leveled up. Hopefully that means Aika gets more mana to work with, because she doesn't really have a lot. Oops, wrong button. There we go. Keep the map open. What's this about? Huh? We just lowered? Okay, we need to find something that does the opposite of that. Crystal 2. Okay. That means I have some healing items in case, Aika ends up running out of mana. Might as well head back now to get that save point once more before I resume. Not that it's, like, entirely necessary for me, but, like, you know, I just like to be on the save side. That was terrible, I must admit. I've been trying to work out, you know, on the puns, but, it takes a certain kind of person to make it click, and I do not appear to be that kind of person just yet. Soon. Just not now. But, like, more of the... There's two there. I wonder if they're weak to ice or if it's wind. Wind seems to do pretty significant damage. Ice just annihilates them. Okay, so ice is their weakness. Ooh, Ice is asleep. Oh, he's awake again. Nope, never mind, he's asleep again. He can't stay awake. Vice, please. did less damage. So Vice just does insane damage. Got it.
Here goes!
So they're weak to wind damage. Vice keeps getting put to sleep. Please, Vice, stop falling asleep.
Moons, give me strength! Here goes!
Alright, that's one of them dealt with. And the other enemy is trying to run? Oh, nope. And it's defeated. Now it's Vice's turn to snooze. Gotta be something involved in these fires. Oh, this is like a tower manipulation kind of dungeon, isn't it? Whoa. Oh, that's a big fella. Try ice. So 14. 36, that's not bad. Oof. Okay, counterattack. Haven't tried red on it yet. Okay, so wind is the necessary thing. There we go. The big threat is down.
Moons, give me strength!
Yeah, it seems to be wind that is effective against them, or whatever green is supposed to be.
That was fun.
Relatively painless. Okay, now both characters of mine know Sacred, which is going to be very useful because health.
Here goes.
Not bad on the damage.
Yeah.
There's the sleep again. Guess that's them guarding. I was about to say, don't fall asleep too. He fell asleep. And he's gonna fall asleep immediately after? No, surprisingly not. But he will fall asleep here, right? And they're finally not getting like in a constant cycle of being, you know, put to sleep. That was happening a couple fights ago. I did update the stuff, didn't I? Noxie was lit. Well, that works. It certainly drains the water. Not all of it, though. You got a lot of transition effects. That's a new enemy. Try to deal with these things first, since they can put us to sleep. Oh. The fire attack. I get it. And he's just straight up dead.
Can't get.
Noxie. Does Sakura work on dead characters?
Moons, give me strength!
No, it does not. It was worth a try.
Yeah!
Oh, that is a significantly small amount of damage. I mean, I don't know what any of these items do. Okay, something tells me I'm supposed to run from this.
Let's get out of here!
Ooh.
Moons, give me strength!
There's so much damage.
Let's get out of here!
And I can't run.
Let's get out of here!
There we go. Had to really try to flee there. That cures things except for unconscious. Moonberry 1. Well, it's not gonna let me do that, so I can't. Right. Let's adjust. There we go. I could probably cut down on the volume for this a smidge. Volume mixer going. There we go. So, still have no idea how to deal with Seeker there.
Here goes!
as we keep both of our characters alive, should be able to slowly but surely beat this Seeker.
Let's try this.
Has a lot of HP and does so much damage too. And then she probably should use a crystal on herself.
Let's try this.
Oh, a miss. That's not good. There we go, we beat it.
That was fun.
Gave us a level up even. Place that I explored it all. Doesn't look like it. And this is the other side. Wait, Sonic Res Crystal? Is that what I use to revive? No, it makes it so I heal more, but I only have one character that's even close to 1,000 health. And a save point there. That's nice. Something tells me there's going to be a boss fight. You think this is how rain works in their world? Finally made it. That wasn't too bad. Yeah, but look at the size of the stone. It'll be an adventure and a half just to get the thing back outside. Aika, what's wrong? Vice, those rocks, they're moving. Yep, boss fight time.
Here goes.
24 damage.
Moons, give me strength.
73, that's not much. can't be good. Yeah, that's really bad.
Let's try this.
Oh,
Here goes.
that's all my crystals. Kind of like a frying pan striking me. I'm not doing a whole lot of damage to this thing. Only thing I can think of is ice. Doesn't seem to have any difference between any of those. Because all of these seem to be doing about like 23. Also, Ica keeps just getting sniped. Oh no. Guess it only hit one of us. Would have taken out Ica if it hit both of us.
Moons, give me strength.
I love the little frying pan sound effect. There's enough magic to heal herself, too.
Moons, give me strength.
Oh boy. I'm on 2, but... Okay, I'll do this. Oh, she doesn't have enough for Zachary, so I'm gonna have to do this. I have to wait for one of us to get lower.
Here goes.
Uh-oh. Can't really use it now, not with how much it heals. Okay, next turn, definitely heal Vice. Definitely heal Vice.
try this.
Device is in, like, the worst spot possible. He's going to get hit by the blast. Alright, Cutlass Fury and another attack. Hopefully this will be enough to finish it off. Oh, it was just barely enough. Oh.
We did it!
That could have gone so much smoother. It's a lot of experience points. And a lot of gold. Stolly. And some moonberries. Whew, it looks like it won't be getting up anymore. What was that thing? Some kind of ancient guardian, I think. Who knows? Okay, Aika, we need to hurry up and secure the Moonstone. That's my kind of plan. Wow, this Moonstone is huge. Yeah, it was definitely worth going through all that trouble. We won't have to worry about fuel for a while. It's beautiful. Treasure hunting is definitely my favorite part of being an air pirate. Wait till everyone back home sees what we found.
Yeah!
That was cute. You received the raw Moonstone. Oh good, it just automatically transported us back. No need to fight through things on the way back. You stretch. Ah, it looks like it's going to be another nice day today. Not too windy. Well, there's the bell. Time to get to work. I gotta loosen up a little. Huh? Oh, that's not good. Oh no. Ships! Ships approaching! From the northeast, distance 1.5 leagues. It's the Imperial Armada! They've got a full battle squadron. They're in attack formation. Oh no. They know Fina's here. Everyone, get underground. Women and children first. Hurry. I never thought they'd find us. That flag, it's Galcian's flagship. I don't know who that is. Oh. Lord Galcian? We've blasted the island with cannon fire, and our troops have begun the invasion. Good. They seem very organized for a small village that is under siege. I don't know who their leader is, but he seems very capable. Perhaps Alfonso was in over his head. Perhaps. No matter. It appears the battle is over. Retrieve the girl and bring her to me. Capture the air pirates. We'll need to interrogate them when we return to Valua, and be sure to destroy their ship as well. And if they resist, Lord Galcian, what does your excellency wish me to do if the situation arises? I don't think they're foolish enough to resist. However, if something should happen, burn the village and kill them all. Let the bodies rot in the sun, and leave one of our flags to set an example for others who may defy us. Well, heck. I guess it was only a matter of time before, you know, bad thing happen to place we start at. Did that fully recover us at all? No, it didn't. Oh boy. Well, we have to go all the way back. What's the button? That button. Okay, so we gotta go south to Pirate Isle. Gotta have one battle on the way, I guess. At least we're powerful enough to deal with these enemies with ease.
Aha!
113 damage, and it's dead. 281 damage, and it's really dead.
We won! We won!
Right, here's where the sad music starts playing. Magic Droplet 2. Wow, our character's not making, like, any mention of what's happened here. It's just silence. I don't think I could relax right now, even if I tried. I'd be wasting my time if I were to try and lie down in bed. Given the situation, I am not surprised. This is probably from a cannon blast. Even the ground is scorched here. Those Valuans are going to pay. Interesting that he knows. Is there a flag somewhere here that I'd missed? Or was he watching the cutscene too? Oh. Vice, is that you? We got hit really badly by the Valuans, by the Armada. They just attacked us out of nowhere. I barely had time to warn the others. Everything's been destroyed. The women and children took refuge underground, but the captain and the others, they were all captured and taken prisoner. Yeah, that doesn't go underground. What is the underground path here? I've forgotten already. So you fine? Everyone else is in the underground docks. Hurry and go to them. Your mother was worried sick. And the garden looks like it was hit. I don't think any of the turnips survived the attack. Old Granny's just rocking in her chair alone. Your father and everyone else tried to make me run and hide underground, but I refused to. Call me a stubborn old woman if you want, but when I die, I want to die in my own home. But I didn't die, and all the young men were captured. Oh, Vice, I'm so glad you're safe, though. It's all so horrible. So horrible. We just have to think of it as a test that the moons are putting us through. They're testing the bonds of our love and friendship. I like that out of everyone, Granny was the one that was just like, nah. Not putting up with any of that. Granny just sat there rocking in her chair. Not a care in the world. Oh, that was a door. It looks like a gravestone. I can't believe the Valuans just opened fire on us like that. It was so cruel. The children were playing outside. Captain Dine realized resistance would be futile and surrendered quietly, but I'm sure he wanted to fight back on the inside. Moonberry won. How do I... I'm missing something here. I have to be missing something. Okay, so that's just one path. But it does not appear to be the path that I need to be taking. So, there's another path somewhere around here that I need to take. Was it amongst the docks? Oh, wait, no. It was like right over here. That's right. I remember now. Nice. Oh, thank the moons you're safe. The Armada. They attacked Pirate Isle. They just came out of nowhere and attacked us without any warning. They then took all the men back to Valua. They even destroyed the Albatross. Your father must have been so heartbroken. A whole lot of ships from Valua came and started shooting at us. They took everyone's daddies away. And our houses, our whole village. It was all destroyed. I don't know what to do, Vice. Vice, your mother is really worried about you. The last time I saw her, she was in Captain Dine's office. Go see her, Vice. Let her know that you're okay. Mom! Vice, Aika, thank the moons you two are safe. What happened here? It was the Imperial Armada. They came out of nowhere and attacked us. What happened to Dad? Where is everyone else? Your father said that if we fight, too many lives would be lost. So he surrendered. So Captain Dine and the others, they were taken prisoner by the Armada and taken to Valua. Damn. Fina, what happened to Fina? I'm sorry, Vice. The Armada took her too. In Valua, the punishment for piracy is death. Fina will probably be killed too. Vice, what should we do? What do you think, Aika? We have to save our families. And Fina. I know rescuing everyone isn't going to be easy, but it's not impossible. We can't let them get away with this. Don't worry. We'll get them back. Somehow. Yeah, you're right. It's up to us. We can't give up now. Alright, let's go. Let's show these Valuans what happens when they mess with the blue robes. Wait, you won't be able to do anything against Valua in the shape you're in right now. Don't just rush after them. You'll need a plan first. It's not going to be an easy fight. But if we don't hurry, everyone might... My husband always said, acting quickly and rushing are two completely different things. Especially in times like these, you must calm down and plan every move carefully. Don't worry, everything will be alright. Your father won't let things end like this, not him. Yeah, Mom, you're right. Aika, let's rest up today. We'll leave for Valio first thing in the morning. Okay. Galshian's flagship, the Serpent. Lord Galshian, as you ordered, I brought the girl to see you. Excellent. You may leave. As you wish. At last we meet, Fina. You cannot imagine how much trouble the Armada has gone through to find you. How did you know my name? I am Galshian, the sworn protector of Valua and supreme commander of the Imperial Armada. I am under direct orders from Her Royal Highness, Emperor Theodora, to find you and bring you back to Valua. As a citizen of the Silver Civilization, you have information that is useful to us. Will you help us? I see. I did not expect you to help us without the proper motivation. However, I believe that we have the same goals, so wouldn't it be best for us to help each other? We will reach Valua in half a day. Enjoy the comforts of the brig until then. Well, story picked up, that's for sure. Alright, so that puts us at, the 2-hour mark. And we shall call it here. Of course, we're not just going to simply end it. We're also going to try and get a raid going on, because I need to get in the habit of that. It's not something I've done very well on, if I'm going to be honest. But, good to get the practice in. Let's see here. Let's see if there's anyone for Skies of Arcadia right now. Okay, I'm the only one. Okay, let's see who... Let us raid this particular individual. There we go. So, to all of you who have been here, thanks for coming. Be sure to join the, the Discord. And, have a nice day. Alec, Bulldog, Raining Death. I think there was someone else. I already forgot. Bad with names, sorry. But to all of you who have stuck by or viewing archives, VODs, that sort, you all have a nice day. And ciao.